Again, we're live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the block of International Council of Registered Blockchain Professionals, ICORBP, otherwise known as ICORBP. It is the continuing technical education of Altash Education, which aims to develop relevant skills, apply best practices, and maintain quality and standards and enhance vital competencies. And this is our weekly program every Friday here at the block. And we have this is a pre-recorded interview with Mr. Chirag Sharma, and Chirag is the head of business development of AyanWorks and at the same time the head of business development of Blockster. Now we did have a very interesting conversation last week wherein we talked about the acceleration of digital transformation and with the adoption of blockchain technology. And this is very interesting because what will happen in what will be transformed in the digital age when we start adopting blockchain technology? We talked about that. We talked about himself. We talked about his works, his activities in the blockchain space. So I guess without further ado, before we go to the interview, let us call our sponsors.
This blockchain continuing education program is brought to you by our major sponsors: HTML Coin, Utility Coin Beyond the Hype; Altash University, your online school in the fourth industrial revolution; Libra Codes, take control on your NFT creation; and Credence Hub, verified credentials, anytime, anywhere. We also would like to thank our partners.
And we advise, hey, if you want to join us on our Telegram group, HMCon Official, that's our Telegram group. And at the same time, you could also join our Telegram group of Altash University. And let's proceed with the interview proper. And here with me is our special guest, Chirag Sharma. Chirag, how are you, my friend?
Good morning, Vincent. I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. How about yourself? How is everything going on?
We can say that everything's well, but we are alive. We're good with the economy that's happening. I mean, it's kind of challenging on what's going. It's the anxiety. Where are we going in terms of inflation? Are we going deep or we're gonna rebound back? That's what I'm concerned of. Anyway, going back to the blockchain space, this is very interesting, and we want to know more about blockchain and at the same time know more about you. So maybe let's start with this one. Tell us about yourself and what you do.
Good question, Vincent. I'm Chirag Sharma. I'm leading the business development and future growth opportunities in a company, in a blockchain development company who are heading more into blockchain technology, or more specifically distributed ledger technology, I would say. I always aim to build solutions for the real world, being at the very forefront for all the customer interaction in my current company. I look for people's pain, analyze them, and focus on delivering cutting-edge solutions. I have been working in the IT industry for more than 8.5 years now, and as a strategy consultant and business development manager, my experience stationed at large to small size companies. This is what I do at a very large scale.
How did you start in a blockchain space? Where did you start? Did you start as a software developer or as a cryptocurrency geek, or how did you start?
Great question, Vincent. Actually, I have not started as a developer. Luckily, my journey is a very exciting one. I came from a ERP background, basically. I must say that it's been an exciting journey so far, which started just before the pandemic 2020 started, actually. And from there, it took a rocket speed. Perplexed by its innate complexity, I got completely immersed in the world of digital identity, digital currency very precisely, and has not looked back since. While I was exploring, various opportunities of blockchain in financial services to start with, when I joined a company, who are global development partner for self-sovereign identity, which is again a very new concept for me, blockchain and again hyperledger projects we were doing, where I got more exposure into the practical use cases of blockchain. Ever since then, I became an advocate of decentralized identity and motivating people to understand blockchain and its financial significance in the upcoming future. All sort of intermediaries and immutability and those properties are helping a lot. So this is how I started my journey so far with blockchain.
Decentralized identity, can you be more specific on that?
Yes, decentralized identity is very famously called as a self-sovereign identity, where today how we are exchanging identities with each other, with government organization, or with our educational institute, with universities, with our job employment. It's been used in between. It's been shared without our consent. Like we want to share our national ID. So there are several components which we don't want to show, which were not relevant to people who are using that. So that kind of property we have, what credentials we want to share it with the particular organization we are dealing with, that we can do it. So user being a very centric in that part, whenever he's sharing his credentials, or in a very selective disclosure format. There is a very good concept of verifiable credentials as well there in self-sovereign identity, where yeah.
Can this be also linked with Web3 development?
Yes, it will be linked with Web3 development as well, very well, because in Web3 also, as we are into a very new immersive experience, we need to exchange our identities very frequently with different players in that virtual world. So that is a very good concept and very good application decentralized identity, or SSI, is having in Web3 world. Even the verifiable credential format is also based on Web3 consortium, which is there are multiple parties working on that.
Yeah, for the sake of a layman, maybe for example, passports, can that be also used for decentralized identity?
Yes, then that can be used as a decentralized identity. How it will work is a user can store it in their wallet, okay, in a verifiable credential format, requesting those credentials from the passport authority itself. And whenever it's required, you can just share it, whatever components is needed to the authorities, like different. You might need to travel to a new country where you need a new identity, and you have to share your passport details. So you can share it whatever is required, whatever is relevant.
And it's I love the idea, because they cannot just get your private data without your permission. So before anything else, you should give them permission, like a key. Did I understood it right? In a way?
Yes, you understood it. You understood it right, but not with the key actually. But you will be the person who will give that access to your credentials without the key. They will ask whatever components they need. You will just click those components from that ID and show it to them that it's a valid credential, and they will check with the authority.
Do you have any specific project that you are really currently working on?
See, yes, there is a very interesting project which we have recently signed off. That is GaiaX. Maybe I don't know if you have heard it of. It's a pan-European digital trust infrastructure consortium where we have recently signed. It's a government project. It's a government initiative, I will say, and which envisaged that in 2019 by German and French ministries of economic affairs. GAIAX was, founded in January 2021, and their main objective is to provide pan-European companies and citizens with a powerful, secure, and trustworthy data infrastructure. So what we are building there, we are developing a decentralized data infrastructure that can meet the highest demand of digital data sovereignty. We are establishing a European ecosystem that maybe serve as the central point of contact for the European countries and other interested countries which want to part of. And sectors, cross-border and cross-sector cooperation will be very much needed there. So our role, being as a representative of that, so IronWorks is being a part of that consortium, is building an underlying identity and verifiable credential frameworks and libraries into that. It's a very interesting project, and will be very soon. It will be live. Maybe till the month of August, it will be live.
Yeah, wow. I hope before it will be live, we could talk more about that here in the block in ICORBP.
Absolutely. I would love to do that.
I mean, that has a big significance, not just in EU, but all over the globe. Because the way I see it, it may start there, but the impact would be more of a global scale. I don't know if I got it right, but that's how we see it, though. Now, blockchain. Talking about blockchain, regarding blockchain as a profession, do you see having a formal training of blockchain, is that important? What are your thoughts on that?
It's a very good question, actually, and undoubtedly, blockchain offers a very fascinating and rewarding career. Whatever I have experienced, it's a very great career path to do that. It's a blending of programming, development, cybersecurity, and other technical disciplines into a flourishing world. What we experiment. So I want to divide the question into two parts. One is why it's important to have a formal training, and other is why certification is important for blockchain professionals. So according to me, it's very important to have a formal training in place, because formal training teaches practical blockchain skills that are necessary for understanding, preliminary ideas, concepts, and tools associated with the particular job. It generates a framework, a structure, real world experiences are given, training, and a specialized context with respect to blockchain can be built on. And a course on blockchain are available online now, and it's very easy to offer in a group setting, or through digital portals after that pandemic, making them appealing to business as a form of standardized workforce education, where people are seeking more into blockchain skills. Not only it boosts your existing skills, whatever you are having, but it also help you improving your confidence and building your overall efficiencies. Now, coming to another part of question, why certification is important? What my thoughts on that. So generally, every individual have some sort of unique skills and abilities, but they always have to provide some sort of proof about their skills and abilities whenever they go to a market. For example, if you are skilled at blockchain, then you have to show it practically. Every time someone asks a proof for it, show me. Now we can know about the importance of certification here. If you had a certificate of expertise in blockchain, then you would not have to go through the trouble of showcasing, your blockchain skills to every person. That all you have to do is take your certificate out of expert in and show it to them. So the importance of certification is, very, very advantageous when employers take a look at your resumes nowadays. As you know, technology is moving at a very fast pace, and competition is very high all over the world. So, certificates really help you to find jobs easily, and you can show your skills in a very professional and a quick manner. And in competition, you will be always given a preference to be a very selective candidate for a job.
Yeah, and certification bodies should be a prestigious body and recognized all over the globe, because anyone can issue certificates. But you know what?
Absolutely.
You know what? This is one of my takeaways when you did mention about showcasing your skills. Without certification, it's so true. You have to go back, go to the works on, I do this, I do that, and then you really have to show your portfolio and do those long stuff, even going back, showing your, other than showing your resume. And it's a tedious process. But once you have a structure, a certification body, you have that certificate, it basically shortens everything and it makes the process more faster, I guess. Now,
Absolutely.
what do you think are the challenges which stop wide adoption of blockchain across borders?
Another great question, Vincent. Yes, one of the key challenges for every technology, true technology, is having the right talent, which is one of the biggest technology challenge what blockchain is facing, because it's moving very, very fast. It's building use cases all around the globe, in all the sectors, whether it's supply chain, whether we talked about decentralized identity, or we talk about other areas like healthcare, like financial services, and so forth. So we often recommend to our clients to we often get those questions very repeatedly. So we often recommend to our clients to making sure you train your personnel and attract the right talent for your company. We already have a talent shortage, and because financial services, if we talked about, firms are hiring in the blockchain space, the developer, commander, very high salaries today. The technologies still have many challenges to overcome, from criminal activities and dark web, speculations, pyramid schemes, ICOs, which are not as successful as they promise. All of these are very real issues. Apart from this, security, compliance, privacy laws have to be thought through. And so exact challenge in blockchain technology or adoption, I will say, is still for many difficult to understand. It's not easy to use and difficult to buy in, right? And to unravel, to finding the right exchange, being part of the community is not easy nowadays. It is for many the value of individual. The difficulty is to see what's the blockchain technology in it for me. That's also something we have to think through. So I believe a lot of these applications will actually be invisible to the user, and we will make it easy for them to do transaction when it comes to blockchain applicability to financial services. And how we are doing is trust is very important factor here, which is also again a very big hindrance into blockchain adoption. So trust is established through peer and sophisticated customer code, something we also know as smart contracts. So rather than central powerful institution like bank or government changing transactions and interactions and financial businesses, those just out are enabled through blockchain technology. And I think organizations which are agile, that create completely new transactions and business model for value creation distribution will create the block. So that is something which we have to fix it out very soon to have a mass adoption of blockchain.
It's kind of ironic when you talk about trust, because blockchain itself is trustworthy. And because of dark web, scammers, and all of those stuff, they're really destroying what blockchain is all about. Now, regarding profession, where do you see a potential for having this kind of profession in the future? And at the same time, what would be your advice to those who are interested into blockchain and wants to become a blockchain professional?
Blockchain professional, to become a good blockchain professional, it's very important to have a right mindset, I will say. And however, there can be a multiple ways, to start and exploring this emerging blockchain technology. Here is the process. After you understand the formation of, blockchain, of start looking for the transformational potential of blockchain technology where it's applied. First, you have to identify your sector where you are working or you are studying. Maybe it's an educational institute, maybe it's a healthcare department. You have to identify what's the requirement, how the particular process can be replaced, and how blockchain can make an impact. It may be, there are various sectors associated with it, how you are exchanging things, how you are booking your data, how you are exchanging your data, and how you want to use that data. So it's really time to think specific actions that can be taken to use or experiment with blockchain technology. And a very important belief: every change is only possible, with the right message, evidence points that people, the processes, and that providers. The change will be fundamental on business as technology, processes, structures, and people. So the right mindset and collaborative environment, in an industry can bring a very real change to blockchain adoption. And that is something I want to give it to the people who are, coming to this space. It's a very interesting field.
Now, looking at blockchain, where we are right now, at what stage do you think? Are we in the infancy stage? Are we on the peak? Are we going down? And the next question would be, what would be the future of blockchain?
See, we are at a very emerging stage, I will say, Vincent, and we are not yet on the peak, because day by day there are, as the technology is emerging and more and more people are joining this technology space, they are identifying new use cases. So it's a kind of bombardment of use cases, a chain reaction sort of thing, where new are joining. We have shortage of talent. So now applicability to the industry, is starting with a proof of concept, and to move into the real production is still taking time, because the advocates, people who are actually in the industry, is yet to explain to the people that what impact blockchain can make it to their business. So that is something which is happening right now, with crypto in the space, with stable coins, CBDCs, and there are decentralized identity for that matter. So there are a lot of things which is coming. So it's emerging. It's not yet on the peak. However, at Gartner predicts that it's on peak, but I want to differ it a little bit. Maybe their perspective might be different, but yes, it's not yet on the peak, but it's very evolving one. Now, coming to the future of blockchain, what's next? What future holds? So I think we will see a new transaction backbone, Bitcoin and Ethereum are very clearly. However, we'll see new technologies leveraging blockchain technology. We are taking, learning, creating blockchain technology, and it's infinitely secure, as theoretically make billions of real time possible on a global scale. We can connect globally after this pandemic. So that ease is very important to have a right sort of user experience. And as blockchain technology will develop further and smart contracts become a reality, staff will need to combine it to IoT, which is Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and again a blockchain to design and implement business solutions. And it's very clear to remember that fasts are growing, going to eat the snow in the technology world. Traditional financial systems, what we have currently, are very sort of, we can see that while accessibility of those technology and payment systems already happening in China. So so those things will change in the emerging market. And eventually, as a famous economist said, that eventually there will be a digital value system beyond the nation state. And I think cryptocurrency is highly likely to be one of those. And leveraging blockchain technology at a very right place can help us to build the future in a very right way.
I always hear about IoT and AI and blockchain. Can you cite a specific use case for IoT and blockchain?
See, IoT and blockchain, I would say in cybersecurity, world also, or I will say in your telecom sector, where you have internet connection and you have to give specific data exchanges or bandwidth exchange or identity to that particular system. You have to do it. So that can be very well integrated with it's a very good combination of IoT and blockchain collaboration. So we have several tools which can be used and very well in the market in the telecom sector with IoT. However, there is another tools in healthcare department, where you have hearables, your sugar, diabetes, and blood pressures, and that can be monitored directly to the hospital. So that also a very practical use case of blockchain and IoT.
Right. Yeah. We have lots of things to talk about. This is very interesting topic for us blockchain advocates, but we barely have 5 minutes, maybe seven minutes to before we end. So, and one of the IoT projects that I'm currently interested with maybe you could also look at it is Helium, wherein they provide LoRaWAN, low frequency, and then at the same time you could do, excuse me, I'm having these calls, bro, mining out of those hotspots, and it's growing. People's network, they call it. Anyway, going back to blockchain, your final thoughts, and if they want to contact you, how can they do that? How could they connect? Go ahead.
I believe blockchain is not only pure technology, but also the basis for the future in business as well as society. As our digital transformation community, we experiment and learn together. Whenever there is a new technology evolved and we experiment, we learn together. We have not learned a lot about one of the most intriguing and difficult to understand technology, and it's a potential today. I truly believe we are in an inflection point for business models and customer engagement driven by blockchain technology. That is something I really fond of. I'm very much interested in blockchain technology. Even I'm teaching also blockchain technology. So every time I'm associated with blockchain. So that is something I welcome people to join the community a lot into blockchain learning and applicability of that. And whenever you need, you just connect with me. I often share my thoughts and prefer to network with enthusiasts into blockchain and the technology, which can give me a new thought of cloud. Through LinkedIn and Twitter, you can connect with me. However, I'm a very part of working groups and blockchain forums all across the world, and where I exchange thoughts, concepts, and ideas by networking for a better good. So it's very easy to reach out to me. I think your voice is not coming.
I got muted. That's me. It won't be me if I don't get muted from time to time. That's kind of my signature when I do lives. What I was saying a while ago is that this is a very interesting and conversation that we have, and I've learned a lot from you. And remember, I asked for your what do you call that? MetaMask. I'm gonna share this. Hopefully, can I share my screen, bro? Okay. I'm gonna share something that. Can you do me a host? Can you make me a host?
Now you can do it, I think.
Awesome.
Shall I stop the recording?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Because this is for you. I created an NFT on OpenSea. I hope you can see it. Then
Yes.
I'm gonna transfer this. Just a token of appreciation from the block. So there you go. That's an NFT for you, Chirag, and thank you so much. And that's it for now. I mean, this is a fruitful conversation, and I hope our audience learned a lot from you. And maybe we could talk more. Come back in the block.
Sure. Thank you so much. Looking forward to more conversation like this.
Awesome. Chirag Sharma and our guest here in ICORBP, the block, and all those who are watching, we do this every Fridays, 9 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard Time. Stay safe, be safe. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This blockchain continuing education program is brought to you by our major sponsors: HTML Coin, Utility Coin Beyond the Hype, Utash University, your online school in the fourth industrial revolution, Libra Codes, take control on your NFT creation, and Credence Hub, verified credentials, anytime, anywhere. We also would like to thank our partners,